Hello everybody, I'm Steve Carroll from National Club Golfer. We're at Moor Allerton Golf Club in Leeds, and today we're going to take you through some of the new 2019 rules of golf and how they're going to affect you out on the course. So let's start with one of the new rules that will have most effect for us out on the course on a day-to-day basis, and that is dropping the ball. The current rule has you dropping a ball from shoulder height, and when the proposals for the new rules were first put forward by the R&A and the USGA last year, it was suggested that you would drop the ball from any height. That got quite a lot of criticism in the rules consultation because organisation and players effectively said you would drop the ball from the closest possible area to the ground. You'd effectively be placing the ball. The R&A and USGA took that on board, and the new rule that will come into effect in 2019 says you will drop the ball from knee height instead. Now, when those new rules were first proposed last year, one of the more unpopular ones was changing the way that you took relief from 1 or 2 clubs to a standard 20-inch or 80-inch measurement. Now, under the 2019 rules, a golfer's relief area will be measured by using the longest club in their bag for either a 1 or 2 club relief, depending on the situation. Now, one of the biggest changes we will see concerns what happens in penalty areas. At the moment, for example, if you're in a water hazard and you ground your club, you will get a penalty. But now, under the 2019 rules, there will be no penalty for touching the ground or the water in a penalty area. Red and yellow markers will also be extended. There will also be no penalty for lifting loose impediments in a penalty area, and that will also apply to our next rule change, which concerns bunkers. Now, while you won't be able to ground your club right next to the ball in a bunker, there will be no penalty for generally touching the sand with either your hand or the club. How many of us have tried in vain to get out of a bunker from an unplayable lie? The new 2019 rules of golf provide something for you here. You'll be able to call an unplayable and take the ball outside of the bunker, but take a 2-shot penalty. And pace of play forms a huge part of the 2019 rules of golf, and as well as adopting ready golf in stroke play competitions, i.e. playing as soon as you can when it's safe to do so, the amount of time that you have to look for a lost ball will also be altered. Currently, the rule is 5 minutes. From 2019, it will be 3. Carrying on with the efforts to improve pace of play, we move on to the green and the subject of flag sticks. Now, currently, if you're on the green and you putt to an unattended flag stick and it hits the flag stick, it's a penalty. Well, that will no longer be the case from January the 1st. Secondly, players will also be able to putt without having the flag stick either attended or removed. Now, we've all done it, haven't we? We've gone to take a little chip, or we've gone to hit our shot, and instead of hitting the ball once, we've managed to do it twice, the dreaded double hit. Now, currently, you will get penalised a shot for that double hit, but from 2019, that is no longer the case. The 1-stroke penalty was included in the proposed rules that came out last year, but that has now been dropped. So now, if you hit the ball more than once in the course of a stroke, just count the 1-stroke. This is probably one of the more sensible rules that we've seen in the new 2019 rules of golf. The idea about accidentally moving your ball when the ball moves when you've not intended to do it, whether that's been in taking a practice stroke for a putt or in searching for your ball. So now there will no longer be a penalty for accidentally moving your ball on the putting green or in searching for that ball as well. A player will no longer be held responsible for causing a ball to move unless it is, quote, virtually certain that he or she intended to do so. Now, one of the most eye-catching parts of the R&A and USGA's announcement was actually about a local rule which provides an alternative to stroke and distance. So this local rule will permit committees to, quote, give golfers the option of dropping the ball in the vicinity of where the ball is lost or out of bounds, including the nearest fairway area, under a 2-stroke penalty. So that all sounds like quite a mouthful, doesn't it? Let's see how it's actually going to work in practice. Taking the example of out of bounds. So I've hit my ball off the tee, it has gone out of bounds. Under the current rules of golf, I have no option but to tee it up again, basically, and I'm hitting 3. Now, under the new local rule, if it is put forward by committees, I'll have something different to look at. So instead of being forced to tee it up again, I can go to the vicinity of where the ball went out of bounds, find the nearest edge of the fairway and drop the ball between 2 points. But effectively, because I get 2 club lengths on either side, I'm going to be able to drop the ball into the fairway. Now I'll incur a 2-shot penalty for doing so my next shot will be my 4th. But the idea is to try and improve pace of play. So instead of hitting a number of balls off the tee, trying to get it into play in some description, I'll be able to move straight to the point where I hit the ball out of bounds, take a drop and carry on with my full shot. So that's just a few of the new changes to the rules of golf that will come into effect on January the 1st. For a more comprehensive look at all the rules changes, go to our website nationalclubgolfer.com.